Hello friends, today in this tutorial I will be showing you that how you can integrate the Google OAuth2 login and logout system and basically save the data of user inside shared preferences. This is basically the Android application in Java here, the little demo out there. If you open this application, you will get a button out there, sign in with Google. If the user press this button, a list of screen will be shown to the user where they will select their account here. Let me select this account here, and after that they will be redirected to the next activity where the profile picture, name of the user, email of the user, and also there will be a logout button. It will be there. And once you basically redirect the user back to the user detail activity, guys, what will happen, we will store all this data inside shared preferences. Now let's suppose user try to close this application, and once again they open this application once again, that data will be saved here. And now once you reopen the app, the application will automatically detect the user has successfully signed in, and they will redirect the user back to the user detail activity. And now if I click the logout button, I will be redirected back to the main activity. So now if I close this app, and now if I open this once again, now the application will detect the user hasn't logged in, so they will show this sign in with Google button. This is the actual application. Once again, you can select a different account here. You can now see this will now, you can see that. Very simple application, but still effective. So if you are building any sort of chatting application, any sort of you want to access the user data, authentication, this is really important, how to integrate the Google authentication system inside your Android application. So this will be a complete tutorial project. All the source code is given in the description of the video. So now let's get started by building this. So I have given all the source code, guys, in the description of the video. This is a step-by-step blog post and all the source code is given. So now let's get started. I will now create a new project. You will see a new project I will create. Select an empty activity, and then I will say that OAuth2 project, and then you need to select your language. I will select Java language, and then I will simply click finish. So now guys, basically this will build out this application. Let me close the previous one. So the very first thing you need to do, guys, once this application finishes Gradle process, now we need to go to build.gradle file, and here guys we need to add these two dependencies, which are the Google Play services and the Glide library. So just copy this two dependencies inside the dependencies tab here, just paste it, and now you need to click the synchronize button. So this will automatically install all these dependencies in the background. Now you need to open the Android manifest.xml file, guys. So after this you need to add the internet permissions. So once we click the button, we will be wanting the internet permission. So just add this internet permission, that's all. So just close this file, and now we need to go to our layout file, guys. So inside the layout file, activity underscore main.xml, here we will have a simple button which will be a sign in with Google button. So we will have a relative layout. So just paste this layout file. So we have given an ID here to the button underscore sign in, and the text is sign in with Google, and you will see the design here. It is right here in the middle of the screen. And now we need to go to main activity.java file, guys, and here we need to target this button. So once we click this button, what should happen? But before that, we also need to declare some variables. So we will say Google sign in client. So we need to basically import this dependency. Automatically it is imported, and then we will say Google sign in client. So just declare a variable of this type. And also, guys, we will need two other static variables: static final integer rc underscore sign in. This will be a simple integer value, let's suppose 1, and then we will say private static final string. Sorry, this is not needed here. So now right here, guys, we'll get reference to the button. So we will have a button widget, and we will say sign in button, and basically we will get the reference by find view by id r.id. So whatever you have given the ID to it like this. And now we will bind the basic on click listener. So once we click the button, guys, this will automatically execute on click method. And right here we need to first of all initialize our client, guys. So we have created this Google sign in client. So we need to specify Google, first of all, Google sign in options. So just import this GSO. We will just make an object, new Google sign in options builder. And here you need to specify, guys, the basically the options. Here we need to say Google sign in options, and basically it contains the default sign in or default game sign in. We need to use default sign in, and then this basically contains some methods. We can request email, you can request ID token, request profile, request scopes as well. We only need the user email address, so that's why we will build out. That's all. This is all that you need to do, guys, right here. So we are requesting the email of the user right here. So now after doing this, we just need to initialize our client. So we'll say Google sign in client, and here we will simply pass Google sign in, and then we will simply say get client, and then we will pass this reference, the context, and then GSO. That's all, and put a semicolon. That's all. So now once you basically click the sign in button, guys, we need to basically open a screen where you can select your account. So right here we will make use of the intent class, and here we will say sign in intent, and we will say I'm Google clients, and we will say get sign in intent, and then we will say start activity for result. And here we will pass the sign in intent and the constant, which was we have declared this constant right here, which is 1. So now at this moment of time, guys, if I run this application, what should happen? So just wait, the application is building here. So now once it finishes, it will open the app here, and now it is installing it. Sorry, let me change this to real my device so that I can show it on a real device. This is my real device which I'm running on. This is the application, guys. If I hit this button right here, you will see a pop-up window will appear where you can choose your accounts. Once I choose this account, guys, I need to redirect the user back to the different activity where we can show the details to the user. So for doing this, we need to basically override this method, which is on activity result. Once we call this method start activity for result, we need to specify this method, which is on activity result. So it has automatically added the super call, and here we will basically have a if condition. We will compare the request code. If it is equal to the request code that we specify, which was our sign in that we passed here, this is a request code that we pass. So here we can just have this, and then basically we'll start this task. We need to just have this task here, and inside this we need to basically specify Google sign in account. Google sign in account. This is basically we need, and just make an object here, and we will say Google sign in get sign in account. So we will get the information of the Google sign in account. So we will say Google sign in. So get sign in account from intent, and here we will pass the data. So whatever data is there, and then we need to basically call this function, which we will make handle sign in result, whatever data that we got. So we will pass the task here. So now we need to define this custom method, guys. So once we get some data from the account window, which we select, whichever account that we select, we need to make this private method. So this can be a private method, private void handle sign in result. Basically it will have the task which is of the type Google sign in account, and we'll say completed task. Just make this variable. So right inside this, guys, we will basically surround all the code inside try catch block, and basically we'll say catch API exception E, and we will basically just here. So inside the try block, guys, we will say Google sign in account, and here we will say account, and we will say completed task dot get result. So we will get the result of the user, guys. So here we will say API exception dot class, and after this, guys, we will basically update the UI. So we will create this method. We will pass the account information that we got. So now we need to create this method, guys, which is actually will be a private method once again, which is update UI. We will get the Google sign in account data. We'll call this as account. And here we need to display, basically, we will check inside the if condition. If the account is not equal to null, in that case, some information is present. So inside, we will redirect the user to another activity, to user detail activity. So for doing that, it's very simple. We will get all the information. First of all, we will get the email address by using account.getEmail. We will get the display name like this, account.getDisplayName. You can see all this information can be easily fetched. We can even get the profile picture by picture. We can wrap this string.value of account.photo URL, get photo URL. So get photo URL. So we only need these three details which are there. So now we can basically pass this information, guys, using the intent class. We can initialize a new intent, and here basically we can pass from, we can redirect the user to from this activity to the user detail activity. So we need to create this activity, guys. So we can simply put the data here like this. We can call this as email. This will, we will pass the email. Similarly, we will pass the name as well. And similarly the profile picture as well. So picture, and then we will start the activity, guys. So start the activity and then intent, that's all. So now we need to create this activity, guys. So we will simply say right click and simply select empty activity here, and we will call this as user details activity. So you can see it has, now the error is gone here. Now we simply need to catch this, basically, guys, inside this activity we need to catch this information. So for doing this, first of all, we need to basically copy paste the XML code for the layout of this activity. So this will be a simple linear layout. Just go to this activity underscore user details. So I have given all the source code in the description of the video. You can just copy paste it. So you will see we will have three details. This is the profile picture, which will be image view widget. Then we have two text view widgets, which will display the email of the user, display name, and then there will be a button, which will be a logout button. So we have given IDs to each and every widget out there. Now we just need to open this user details activity Java file. And right here, guys, we will display all these details. So first of all, we will get all the details from the intent class. We will say intent.getStringExtra, getStringExtra, and here we will get the email of the user, sorry. So first of all, we need to get the intent here, sorry, and then we need to simply get the email, and intent.getStringExtra, getStringExtra here, and here we will need to get the email. We will get the name, We will also get the picture URL. That's all. Intent dot get string extra and picture. So this needs to be same, guys. So whatever you call right here, main activity, this needs to be matching here. This is the keys here, email name, picture. This needs to match. So after you get this information, guys, we will basically display this information on the screen. So you will have the image view widget and IV profile. We will simply say find view by ID. So r.id.iv profile, and we will use the glide library, guys. So we will say with, and we will pass the reference, which is context, and here we will simply say we will load this image URL, which is IV profile. Sorry, this is picture URL. Sorry, picture URL, and then we will simply say we need to crop this into inside a circle and into. So we will just load this inside the profile like this. So now after this, we just need to put a semicolon right here. So now similarly, we can display basically the email and the, so we can say find you by ID r.id dot set text. So here we'll say email will be equal to our email, and similarly we have for the display name as well. So TV name find view by ID r.id dot TV name. So we'll say TV name dot set text. So here we will say the display name. So name is equal to name. So now if you launch this application, guys, so what will happen here if I once again click, I need to terminate this and once again start this. So what should happen, guys, you will see that if I click this button and now if I click my account, I will be redirected to the next activity. So I think some error has taken place. Let me see inside log section. Let me hit this once again and select this. Nothing happens. Let me reinstall this, guys. Just wait. OAuth2. Let me uninstall this and run this once again. And once again, if I run this, so it has launched it. If I click this, it will have this. Nothing happens. Let me just see, guys, what is the error. And sorry, guys, I just get the problem why it is occurring here. So we need to basically create. Just go to your Google Developer Console, and right here you need to create credentials. You need to create a OAuth client ID, and inside your application type here, you need to select here Android, because we are developing an Android application which we are integrating the Google login. So that's why we need to create this OAuth client ID. Simply select this, and then, guys, you need to basically name your OAuth client here. Just have it default here. You can give any name of your choice, and then you need to basically paste your package name, guys. You can just go to your Android manifest.xml file and just, this is your package name, which is com example OAuth2 project. So I will just write the package name here. So I have given all these instructions in the blog post, so I just forgot. That's why com example OAuth2 project. So just make sure that you give the correct package name. Let me cross check. OAuth2 project. That's all. Yeah. After this, guys, you need to basically paste this SHA certificate fingerprint, and you can do this easily by using Android Studio. And you need to first of all go to, if you're using the latest version, you need to first of all go to settings. file settings, and you need to inside experimental, you need to uncheck this box, which is only include test task in the Gradle text. You need to uncheck this box and then click apply and OK. After that, you need to simply select the Gradle section here inside here, and then basically go to the task here and then go to Android, and then basically go to the sign in report and double click it. As you double click it, guys, you will get your SHA single fingerprint here. You will see SHA1 here. You need to copy paste this fingerprint here. So just right click, copy, and just paste it here. Just paste it here. And then basically click on the create button. So as you click the create button, guys, it will register this Android application with the Google servers, and now it will provide you this client ID which you can use, but we don't need this client ID. You can simply download the JSON file if you want to have this JSON file. I think now if you run this application, that inside main activity, that account will be returned to us inside here. This account will not be null, so we can be redirected back to the user detail activity. Let me just rerun this application again. Run this application here. So here we need to select app here, sorry, just change it to app. And now once again, let me run this application. So now let me just see, let me just screencast my mobile phone. So just wait. So you will see this is my application, guys, OAuth2 project. If I now click this sign in with Google, if I type here, you will see it will redirect me to the next screen here. As you just see, this is a profile picture, this is the email of the user, this is the name, coding Shiksha, and this is basically the logout button. If I click the logout button, guys, nothing happens. You will see I'm clicking the logout button, is nothing is happening. We need to fix this. We need to allow the user to log out also. So for logout button, guys, it's very easy for this code here. So right here, whenever you do this logout button, what we need to do is that right here inside here logout button, we need to first of all get its reference. So after you do this inside our user details activity, so after you do this, guys, we need to get the reference of the logout button. So button and then logout button. We will get the reference by find view by id r.id. Logout button, and then basically we'll bind a on-click listener to it, set on-click listener, new view. And when we click this logout button, guys, we need to first of all define a variable right here at the very top, which will be a private variable of Google sign-in client. And here you will say call this as Google sign-in client. And here we need to initialize this object, guys. So in order to sign out, sorry, it contains a method sign out, guys. You can see, you can directly call this method, and it contains the add-on complete listener, and we can call this new on click complete. So once it's completed, guys, it will call this method. Now we need to simply return to the main activity. So we will again use the intent here, intent class. And here you will say new intent, and now we will go from user detail activity to the main activity. So you can see we are going from user details activity class to the main activity class. So again from intent, and we again call start activity. We will pass the intent. After this we will call the finish method. That's all. So now, guys, what will happen, basically it is saying main activity, sorry, this is a class, we need to say class. That's all, guys. And now if you see, if I run this application once again, it is saying semicolon is expected on line, sorry, just put a semicolon here. So now you will see, now once again we need to log in. It will automatically log in here. And now if I click the logout button, guys, I will be redirected back to the main activity. You will see that. So now the logout button is also working here. It is redirecting back to the home screen. So now we need to implement the shared preferences, guys. So once again, if I log in here, and if I close this application and reopen this application, you will see the state will not be preserved. I will be redirected back to the home page. I once again need to click this button. So we need to basically save this data inside the shared preferences. How we can achieve this? It's very simple. What we can say is that right here inside our update UI method inside main activity. So whenever we are putting this information inside the intent right here, just after we get this information, we can initialize the shared preferences class, and we can say editor and call the editor here variable, and here say get shared preferences, and we can call this as user data. You can call this as anything, and then we will open this inside private mode. We will edit this, and basically we will put inside this information, which is first of all we will put the name of the user, which we can say account.get display name. Similarly, we will say put string for the email address. And lastly, we will do the same thing for the picture as well. So you will see that, sorry, we need to put here the picture. So this needs to be a string right here. That's all. So now guys, we have put this information, and also we need to, at last, we need to apply these changes. So we'll call the apply method. So now you can see all these things are being saved inside shared preferences. Now we can basically inside our onCreate method. So whenever we launch the application right here, we can have a if condition here basically. Sorry, we can simply have, first of all, fetch the data here. Shared preferences, again we will use shared preferences class. We will say call the get shared preferences method once again, and here we will say the same name that we used right here whenever we saved it, user data. So this name needs to be same here, and here we will again open it inside private mode. We will get all the three information guys. First is the name of the person, and this will be get string name. Default value will be null. Similarly, email, get string email, default value again will be null. Picture, that's all. And now we will simply have the name. We will simply compare if the name is not equal to null. If some information is present in, then we know that the user has logged in. Now we simply need to redirect the user to the user detail activity. Again, we will use the intent, and now we will go from main activity here to the user details activity class, and we will pass the information again like this. And we will start the activity, pass the intent. That's all. So what it does guys, basically it will detect automatically whether the user has logged in. Whenever you open the application, it will redirect user to the user detail activity. So now if you run this application, it will solve a very good problem. So if I log in here, so you will see now I'm currently logged in. If I close this application, once again open it, you will see that it will automatically detect, and it will redirect back to the user detail activity. And now similarly guys, if I need to log out here, I need to delete this data from shared preferences. Now I can't log out. You will see I can't log out. Again, this data is preserved right here. So now to fix this problem, so wherever we are logging out inside user details activity, we need to delete this data. So this is very easy. Right here, we will just need to say, whenever we are calling right here, whenever it is complete, shared preferences editor, and we will get the shared preferences, get shared preferences, So this will be user data and we need to delete that data. So we will first of all get it, open this inside private mode, we'll edit this, and we need to say editor.clear. So it will clear all the data and then it will apply the changes. That's all. This is all that you need to do, guys. Simply now refresh. So now you will see if I click the logout button, I will be redirected back to the main activity. So I think what should, so it is saying okay, I think I need to I need to uninstall this app here so that it will work. OAuth2. Let me uninstall this app once again and install it. So again, if I run this application, just wait, it is installing it. So again, if I log in, you will see that so now you can see that you can see again it is logged out. So in this case, guys, you will see that if I once again open this application, I think some kind of problem is there for this. You will see that I can't able to log out. So what I will do is that, guys, I don't waste your time. You can go to the description of the video. You can simply copy paste that code of user detail activity. I have given this code here. This is actually the code for. I will simply copy this code here. Just wait. Let me fix this. So this is the code here, guys. You will see that. Let me say I'm Google sign out. Yeah, sorry. So now, okay, I think I was doing the wrong thing. So I was placing main activity here. Let me just show you. Okay, yeah. So it is saying logout button is already defined. So now let me say run this application. And now if you see, click logout. You will see, let me again open this OAuth2. So now this is the screen, guys. You will see that. Click logout, you will redirect to the main activity. You will see that. Again, you want to sign in, you will see different account. And now if I close this application, let's suppose I need to open it once again. You will see it will stay on this page. Click logout, you will see. This is basically the functionality, guys, I built using Java, Android, and Google OAuth2 login and logout system. All the source code is given in the description of the video. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I will be seeing you in the next one.